Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, and it is a brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer, and it is the first episode for Black History Month, and all this month, we are going to be showcasing some incredible Black talent in the cosplay community. So, to no further ado, let's give a round of applause, and I want you guys to clap right now. That is somebody that is really amazing. They have so many awesome JoJo's Bizarre Adventure cosplays, and that is IMAPOLLO11. Apollo, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Hey, you're welcome. You're doing good. I'm doing good. I'm ready to hop into today's interview. So before we get into it, everybody that's watching, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And as D always says, podcast link down below in the description. Like, follow, subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into today's interview. So Apollo, thank you again for joining me. I want to give a shout out to Sapphire. That is a previous guest that I had up here on Who's That Cosplayer. Make sure you go and check out their interview. They said nothing but amazing things about you. And also, too, Chocolate Mold Man, they had nothing but amazing things to say about you as well. Shout out to Chocolate Mold Man. Y'all make sure to y'all go and watch their interview. Both those interviews are up here on the channel. So shout out to those two people. But Apollo, first question I ask each and every guest up here is, what is your origin story? Every hero or villain has one. So tell everybody who you are.
Well, I mean, my story's kind of a weird one because I never thought I would ever cosplay. Like, I went to Anime NYC, I think 2017, and I remember seeing all the cosplayers and be like, these people are so cool. And like, in the back of my mind, I was still like, oh, but it's embarrassing to cosplay. But then quarantine happened, and that's when I started getting into JoJo. I was just like, I need a new series to get into, and I hadn't watched anime since 2017, so I was like, why not? And I started in February of 2020, and my first ever cosplay, which a lot of people don't know, was Cars, and that was really fun to do. But then, like, what set me off as being a cosplayer is once I got to part 6, and I met Rikiel in the show, and he was I just like fell in love with him. And I mean, that's where all my usernames come from, because he says he's Apollo 11, and yeah, the rest is history.
The rest is history. Like, that's incredible that when you first saw cosplayers, you was just like, what is this? And then it's just like, now you look at yourself and you see that you came into the world of cosplay and you've done like so many amazing cosplays. And one thing that I want to talk about is the amazing cosplays that you did for the part 8 JoJolian. And yep. I did my research and saw that that was your favorite part. Now, without spoilers or anything, because I haven't read part 8, and I know a lot of people haven't read part 8. I just started on part 7. I am on chapter 5 for part 7, and I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah. So I want to know, without spoilers, why is part 8 your favorite part?
I mean, it's just so different from the other 7 parts. Like, what I've noticed is the first 7 are more fight oriented. Like, part 3 is like the biggest example of that. It's like you fight an agent of Dio.
Yeah.
Like, Jotaro does this little cool pose. But then part 8 is much more character driven, and like we get to know almost every character's backstory, which like doesn't really happen for most other parts. And just the characters are so compelling, and like, I'm dressed as the main villain from part 8 right now, and he's my favorite. I mean, I literally have a tattoo of a wasp because that is important symbolism to him. But yeah, it's just the characters are so good, and it like breaks the mold of JoJo altogether.
I like that, and I can't wait until I get to the part, because for part 7 and part 8, I've heard nothing but good things about those parts. I mean, in all honesty, like, all the parts to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure are good. I mean, it's just that whatever your acquired taste is for the series, that's the one that you're gonna like the most. Like, for me, I like part 4 a lot because it's just a slice of life anime. You got the Mystery Inc. gang trying to find out who the monster is, and then they find out who the monster is. So that's why I love part 4. But it's crazy because part 4 is my favorite part. Part 8 is your favorite part. It's like those two. Yeah, exactly. The Morios. So I know who your favorite villain is. I know what your favorite part is. And I usually ask the JoJo stuff like later on during the interview. But now I want to know, who is your favorite JoJo?
I mean, it's closer than people would think, since like JoJolion is my brand. But it's like very close between part 8 Josuke and Joseph. Like I fell in love with Battle Tendency when I watched it like in like I think I watched it in a day or two. I just binged it.
I mean, you can binge it for real.
Yeah. And like they're both, I mean, Part 8 Josuke, people call him Gappy. He's just so cool because he's like the perfect, I think the reason I like both of those JoJos is because they're the like perfect mix of just being silly and also being like really powerful. Like no spoilers, but Part 8 Josuke is the strongest JoJo by a lot.
Wow, for real?
But yeah.
Even stronger than Giorno?
I'd say yes. People debate me on it, but I'm saying yes.
Dang, that's crazy. It's crazy because it's like you read or watch the series, and of course you see Jotaro, and you're just like, yeah, Jotaro has Star Platinum, strongest stand, and then Giorno comes around, and he has Golden Experience Requiem, and then Poochie comes, and it's so much that goes on with the series that it's like your opinions always change, and it's like I sometimes I just feel like nobody's ever right or wrong. It's like as long as you stand by what your opinion is, that's all that matters. So I got one more JoJo question for you, and then we can move along. If you could have a stand from the series or make up your own stand, what would it be?
Oh, that is a tough question. I'd say either like Love Deluxe or the Part 8 equivalent, Love Deluxe.
Okay.
Just because they're very similar, except the only difference is that Love Deluxe, the user can put her hair into other objects more than just controlling it. And like, this is my natural hair in a ponytail, so I have a lot of it. So it would be useful to have basically an extra however many limbs I want to use. Yeah.
So have you ever seen the movie called Bad Hair? That's on
I've not.
Okay, so there's a movie called Bad Hair, and pretty much the hair is cursed, right? And when I saw it, I'm just like, yo, this is a JoJo reference because it's just like the hair is killing people and all that stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, this is a JoJo reference, but nobody's seen the movie. And now that I told you about it, check it out. It's on Hulu.
I will.
And get back to me and be like, okay, yeah, this whole entire movie is a JoJo reference. Now, I want to get back to cosplay because you've done so many cosplays. Give me your, I usually ask for top 3, but because you've done so many, give me your top 5 favorite cosplays that you've done.
Okay. I'd say in no particular order. I mean, Toru, it's just so comfortable. Let's see. I'd say Ungolo from Part 6. Like, he's just, like, I love doing Rikio, but Ungolo is just so much more comfortable than him. I'd say Aki from Chainsaw Man is up there. Usopp from One Piece.
Usopp. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then, what is my number 5? I'd say Lammy from Jam Lammy.
Oh, so look, right? When I was putting the slideshow together, and I was just like, yo, did they do Unjammer Lammy? Like, I get really excited because that unlocked a part of my childhood when I used to play that game and Parappa the Rapper and those rhythm games back in the day, and they were so fun. And it's not too often that you see like those cosplays. So when I saw you do that, pinkies up to that, and I'm glad that that's in your top 5 because this is a fire cosplay. I'm talking because I'm hoping that it'll appear on the screen. Sometimes magic happens, but right now it's not happening. So I want to ask you now, what have been some of your favorite moments from going to conventions over the years?
I mean, I only started going consistently in, I think, Anime NYC 2021 was my first con since 2017. But I mean, just meeting like all of my mutuals and seeing all of them in person and doing like big cosplay groups is just so fun. Like me and my like current like super tight cosplay friend group, we do like the 7 of the Straw Hats, and it feels so good to have like that cosplay camaraderie with people. It's so fun. And I'm going to Katsucon in I guess a month now.
Oh, for real? You gonna be at Katsucon too?
Yes.
Hey, your boy, who you gonna be cosplaying as?
On Friday, I'm doing Future Devil from Chainsaw Man. On Saturday, for the JoJo meetup, I'm doing the Part 9 JoJo.
Oh, okay.
And then Usopp for the rest of the day. And then Sunday, I'm doing Ivankov from One Piece. So.
Who's that cosplayer? It's Dreadhawk 93. Dreadhawk 93.
Okay. Well, I know because Saturday, originally I was going to do Kisame, but the JoJo meetup is on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do Kira on Saturday now because I don't really see a lot of Kira with the white hair at cons. I always see the regular Kira, which is still fire, but it's like I'm going to go there. I need to get not a prosthetic. I need to get a hand so that way I can carry a hand around with me. I was also thinking about getting a fake pot with a flower cat in it or something like that. So it's gonna be awesome to see you at Katsucon.
Yes.
Wait, it's gonna be a fun time. Is this gonna be your first time going there?
Yeah, I was supposed to go last year, but then
COVID.
the COVID numbers scared me too much.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I got COVID at the start of last year. Everybody was getting COVID, and I was just like, "Hey, I'm good on going to Katsucon," because it's like everybody was getting it, and I had just recovered from it. And I was like, I'm not about to go to a con with a bunch of people and then catch it again because it sucked having it the first time, especially after going so long without having it. And then you finally get it, and it's just like, man. So, screw COVID. We're not talking about that. Getting back to some more cosplay stuff. You was mentioning that, you have your group that you cosplay with, and y'all do these amazing One Piece characters and stuff like that. Like, what has been one of your favorite cosplays that you've done with that group? Like group cosplay together.
Yeah. I mean, we usually just do we've done pre-time skip Straw Hats and the post-time skip ones, which was fun. And on every Saturday, we do a Discord call and hang out and stream One Piece movies. And one time we all did a character from the Marines, and that was really fun because not a lot of people cosplay them. And even if we were just goofing around, it was still fun to do that because one of my favorite One Piece characters is a Marine. So it was fun.
Nice. Now, okay, I typically don't do this. I had did this when I had interviewed Sapphire, but your boy, he's recently got back into One Piece thanks to Uda from watching One Piece film Red, and that music, it touched me, and I was just like, you know what, I got to start watching One Piece again. So I'm going to ask a couple of One Piece questions, and I don't care if I'm spoiled, but I want to know, who is your favorite One Piece character?
I mean, it's got to be Usopp. He just feels so special because, I mean, obviously anime isn't the best with representation, but having another mixed character, and I have he has a black dad and a white mom, and I have that too, and I was like, oh my god, somebody who can finally represent me exactly in anime, and it just felt so special. And he's not a very stereotypical character either. He's just himself, and it's so nice to have genuine representation in an anime that I just love so much.
Nice.
So he's my number one.
Now, who would you say is your favorite villain from One Piece?
I gotta say Doflamingo. He's insane. He's irredeemably evil, but he's really cool. And his devil fruit powers, he can it's called the string fruit, I think, and he can puppeteer things and use strings, and he's really cool, and he's genuinely a terrifying villain.
Okay. Yeah, for me, because right now I just got to the part where it's episode 80. And I know that they're talking to Crocodile, he's number 0, but they really haven't revealed him yet. How much further do I have until I get to that villain?
Hundreds.
For real?
Hundreds of episodes. Yeah.
It's this is really gonna be a One Piece for me. Oh my god, man. So, all right, moving away from the cosplay stuff, I want to know, what are some of your favorite hobbies that you enjoy doing when you're not cosplaying?
I mean, I'm a musician. I go to college for music, so that's really fun. I play a bunch of instruments, and I've done some videos in cosplay where I'm playing instruments, but I've been learning how to master accordion recently, nice. Which is a really fun instrument. And I also just draw for fun, because before I was deep into music and cosplay, I was an artist. So yeah.
Okay. So what type of music do you like to listen to?
I listen to everything. In my top 5, there's Radiohead, They Might Be Giants, and Tyler the Creator. So it's a very wide range. I just anything that I I'll listen to.
That's awesome. It's that meme where you put your playlist on random and it just plays everything, and it's just like, hey, this is what I'm doing right now. Like I'm listening to everything on my playlist. So I like that. I like that you're is it versatile? Is that the one? Did I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I did say it right. You know, sometimes I gotta think about this stuff. But yeah, it's just like I like that you like diverse in, you know, so many music genres. Do you like country music?
I like old country music, not modern country music.
Not country pop. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, now I want to ask you, because we are in Black History Month, what is one of your favorite Black characters, whether it be in fiction, anime, cartoons? Who is your favorite?
I mean, Usopp is one of them, obviously, but also Poochie. He's just like so compelling, and like the whole story, the backstory with Weather and Perla, and like the consequences of being like a Black man with power in the 80s, and like now the trauma he has to deal with from what he did to Perla through like the anime censored it, the racist organization.
Yeah.
But like, it's just an interesting story, and it sucks that people are like, no, Poochie's just Italian, but either way, he's just a super like cool and compelling villain, and I like that he is like 100% confirmed Black in the anime now. He's a really cool character.
Yeah, because I know for the longest time, like that was always up for debate what he was, and because like him and Weather are twins, and it's just like Poochie's skin is darker, but Weather's skin is lighter, and it's just like nobody knew, but yeah, they confirmed it in the anime. And I like Poochie too. I think that he is a good villain. He knows what he wants to do, and in a way, he's just trying to help people, but the way that he's trying to go about it is wrong. And so it's just I think Poochie's a good villain as well. So now, you know, we're getting close to the end of the interview, and I got one final question for you, and that is, what is some advice that you would give to somebody who would like to get into cosplay?
Oh, I'd just say, honestly, like, just cosplay what you want to, because like I started as like a TikTok cosplayer, and it's been hard kind of reversing that mindset of like, I have to do what anime is trending, I have to use this trending audio, and like at this point I just use whatever audios I want to. Like, my music taste can get obscure, I don't care, I'll use that song. And like, I don't care if my videos get 50 likes or 50,000, I'm just like having fun and sharing my art. So it's just really important to not think of cosplaying, and if you're going to post it on social media, to not think of it as a chore, but it's just like sharing your hobby with the world. So it's important to not get into that mindset.
Yeah, and I think that's some really solid advice, because I hear so many stories of different cosplayers that have to like put content out like that. And then when it doesn't get the views that they hope for, it can kind of send you down a downward spiral, because it's just like, well, am I not good enough? Like, why am I not getting the, you know, same amount of views as other people and whatnot? And, you know, it's already hard being a Black content creator. And, you know, the stuff that we have to go through whenever we post stuff. Like, I just posted my Deku transition video, cosplay transition, and like somebody commented on it, was just like, oh, I guess Deku's gonna start carrying a gun. And on YouTube, like, people were like, Deku's not Black, he's Black-ku now. And it's just like, why can't we just cosplay, have a fun time, and it just be that? And now, I mean, I know I said that was the final question that I was going to ask you, but has there ever been a moment in your cosplay journey where you encountered something like that, and how did you get over what those people said or did to you, and how did you clap back at them?
I mean, it happens a lot, and like, I've had to get used to it, because I live in a very progressive town, so I'm not used to experiencing like outright racism, but like I've been called the N-word a few times. Wow. And very recently on my Kobeni stuff, somebody was like, Kobeni isn't Black, and it's like, but she isn't white either. Like, that's usually, if I don't just like block and delete the comment, I'll like just clap back with like, you guys are watching something that comes from Japan. These people aren't Eurocentric. And it's just like, it's 2023. It's like embarrassing that we still have to have this conversation, but like, hopefully people will like understand and actually start supporting us, especially in a month like Black History Month. And it should be every month of the year that we get support. But yeah, it's happened, but I just either block and move on, or that's what I usually do. Because like, why give racists the energy?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And you know, it's like one thing that I told one of the guys the other day, because a lot of times they don't even respond back to you because they're just trolling. But it's just like the characters that we're cosplaying as, they're fictional characters. So it's just like when somebody's just like, oh, you're not Deku. I'm just like, yeah, I know I'm not Deku. I'm just wearing a costume. And, you know, like you said, it's 2023. Hopefully things get better. But it's just like where we are right now, it just sucks. And hopefully it does get better, because it's like I said, you got some amazing content. I got some amazing content. There's other Black cosplayers out there that have really amazing content. And it's just, we just need those eyes on us, so that way that people can be like, man, like these people are awesome. And, you know, that's all that I ask for. So with that being said, we are here at the end of the interview. Thank you so much, Apollo, for joining me up here. You were an amazing guest. And for the first episode where we celebrated Black History Month, it was an awesome interview. So let everybody in social media land know where they can find you at.
On TikTok, I'm Apollo11_Cos. Same ad on Twitter, and on Instagram, I'm Apollo11. So follow me and follow Benji.
Hey, I appreciate that. And y'all can follow me, your hero Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Y'all, thank you for watching this interview. Make sure you check out some more interviews that we have on the channel. Stay tuned for the interviews that we have coming up. Make sure you check out the podcast. We have brand new episodes every Tuesday. The link is down below in the description. And with that being said, keep that pinky up. Stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.